God showed me a person who was walking and they had shackles on their wrists. And I could tell by the shackles that at some point there were chains attached to them. And what God was impressing upon me is that many of us have been physically freed from the bondage and the slavery that we were once entangled in, but we haven't let go of the mental, emotional, verbal, financial, relational abuse or trauma or spirits that came along with that place of captivity. God is saying that you need to be free of that stuff. And it reminded me of the Israelites when they left Egyptian bondage under the leadership of Moses. They murmured, they complained, they wanted to go back to 400 years of oppression, all because it seemed like it was hard to let go of their mindsets, everything that they carried. Many of us have been physically freed from a place, but we're still carrying all of this bondage, all of these yokes, all of these chain spirits, and God wants us to be free. We cannot go into our promised land, the land of milk and honey, the land of Canaan, carrying all of this stuff. A land of freedom requires people who are free, and the Israelites were in such bondage to their previous situation, but they couldn't see where God was presently trying to take them. Even seeing God part the Red Sea was not enough. They still wanted to go back to where they came from. They still wanted to worship idol gods. They still begged for God to just kill them if he wasn't going to give them what they wanted. What was supposed to be an 11-day journey took 40 years. The ones that left Egypt, didn't even get to see the promised land. It was their descendants who entered in. God says it can't be your descendants that enter in. Your descendants actually need to be birthed in that place because you've already made a home in the place of promise. God says that you have to come out of the bondage. You have to come out of the trauma. You have to be free. Freedom is not partial. Freedom is complete. Freedom is whole. And God doesn't set his children free to go back to what he pulled them out of. God didn't part the Red Sea for nothing. God has parted a Red Sea for you so that you can walk to your freedom. You can get to your freedom. Stop that murmuring. Stop that complaining. Be free. Let those shackles go. You can't walk into freedom carrying all of that bondage.